that we discussed about the revision part, if I remember correctly. We discussed some topics out of the chapter life processes, which was supposed to come in your test. But before that, we were discussing about chapter number 15, that is our environment. So did anyone remember what I discussed about this chapter in the last of the class? याद है किसी को मैडम ने
मैम
क्या
मैक्रो
डिस्कस किया था?
कंज्यूमर्स एंड माइक्रो
Yes, ma'am.
कंज्यूमर्स.
Okay, one by one. Yes, what we
मैम
discussed?
मैक्रो कंज्यूमर एंड माइक्रो कंज्यूमर्स.
Okay, so we discussed about the type of living organism. Means we discussed about the biotic component of the ecosystem. Am I correct? यही
Ma'am.
डिस्कस किया था. So we were discussing about the two components of the ecosystem, and we know that the two components of ecosystem are biotic and abiotic component. And in biotic component, we discussed that basically two type of organisms we have: autotrophs and heterotrophs, right? And then there among the category of heterotrophs, we discussed about that is primary consumers, type of consumers, producers, and all that we discussed. I hope you still remember, right? So in the continuation, that is, now we know that in an ecosystem we have a variety of living organisms. So the first class of living organism we have of that autotrophs, which we call as producers, or we also call them as transducers. So who will tell me why autotrophs are also known as transducers? Yes. हम ऑटोट्रॉफ्स को ट्रांसड्यूसर्स भी क्यों कहते हैं? हु विल टेल मी? एनीवन रिमेंबर? We call them producers because they produce food. But why we call them as transducers? I told you. Anyone? प्लांट्स को हम ट्रांसड्यूसर्स क्यों कहते हैं? आई एम वेटिंग. Don't hesitate. Mind में जो भी आ रहा है बोलेंगे अभी. Anyone would like to answer? Why plants are also called transducers? Okay, you can write. हाँ, speak up.
वो एनर्जी को सर्व करते हैं, एनर्जी बांटते हैं इसलिए.
That Kritika, you are speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Kritika Mehra is talking. Okay, you are talking. They distribute energy. Okay, anybody else? Come on, speak up. We are just conducting classes on Google Meet so that we can interact with each other. Yes. Who else will speak up?
Because they are capable of converting one form of energy into another.
Yes, that's the appropriate answer. We call them as transducers because they are capable of transforming energy. And what transformation they are doing? That they are converting solar energy into the chemical energy. Very good, right? So now in this particular class, we will discuss about the topic food chain. And food chain is not a new concept to you people, as you have already learned this concept in 7th standard. You got an introduction there in 7th standard in the chapter number 17 called Our Forest, right? So food chain, we all know the definition is that is a kind of relationship in which one organism is eaten by another organism. Means it is a kind of a relationship, you can call it as, it is a kind of series, or it is a kind of arrangement of living beings in which one organism is eaten by another organism. एक living organism को दूसरा living organism खाता है. That we call it. Okay. Now here that is food chain, we say that it is a kind of nutritional relationship between the members of biotic component of ecosystem. biotic component of ecosystem. Okay, because in ninth standard where we have learnt about the biogeochemical cycles, so there we discussed that by the means of biogeochemical cycles, the two component of environment, that is biotic and abiotic components, they interact with each other, right? But the method, the process by which various organism of biotic community in an ecosystem they do interaction, that is the food chain. So by means of food chain, the biotic community is interacting within itself, because biotic component is made up of all variety of living organisms. Producers we have, then we have got primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, quaternary consumers. तो जितने भी वैरायटी ऑफ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है एक इकोसिस्टम के बायोटिक कंपोनेंट में, ये एक दूसरे के साथ जो इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, दैट इज बाय द वे ऑफ फूड चेन. So we say that food chain is a kind of nutritional relationship or nutritional interaction between the various organisms, the various part of biotic component of an ecosystem. तो ये term आपको याद रखना है, right? Now here, for example, that is in a food chain. So for example, we are having grass. Grass is eaten by a grasshopper. This in turn is eaten by a frog. Frog is eaten by a snake. Okay, so here what we are able to see, a kind of series, a kind of arrangement where one organism is getting eaten by another organism, right? So that is an example of a food chain. That is an example of a food chain, right? Let's take one example of the food chain which is prevailing in, say, for example, aquatic ecosystem. Because we have learned about the types of ecosystems also. तो एक एग्जाम्पल एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम का लेते हैं फूड चेन का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर हैविंग algae, right? Now this algae in turn is eaten by small protozoans which are found surviving in the water of the pond. Then these protozoans in turn are feeded upon by some small fishes, and these small fishes are eaten upon by the large or big fishes. Okay, so sometime what happens, because once it was a question in your board examination that what is food chain, explain what is food chain, and also give example of one of the terrestrial food chain and one of the food chain which prevails in aquatic ecosystem. तो जब भी आप फूड चेन का कॉन्सेप्ट प्रिपेयर करेंगे, आपको कम से कम एक एक प्रॉपर एग्जाम्पल लर्न करना है टेरेस्ट्रियल फूड चेन का और एक्वेटिक फूड चेन का, so that you won't lose marks anywhere, right? So that is food chain here. So here in the food chain, if you just see, that is first we are having grass, right? Now grass, we know that it belongs to the category of plants. It belongs to the category of plants. So producers. So it is belonging to the category of producers because it produces food. Then comes the grasshopper. The grasshopper, that is, it is the primary consumer because it is directly feeding upon the producer. It's directly feeding upon the producer, so we will call it as the primary consumer. Then comes the frog. So it will be the secondary consumer. And then comes the tertiary consumer. Right? Okay. Now here what happens, it is sometime you will be given one example of the food chain in exam. Although topic बहुत straight है आपका ये, लेकिन कई बार questions बहुत अच्छे आते हैं इस पे. You will be given one food chain like that in your exam question paper, and the question will be that mark the level of organisms in the given food chain. So mark the level of organisms means you have to mention that which will be the producer, which will be the primary consumer, which will be the secondary consumer and which will be the tertiary consumer. So that's why in previous class, first I discussed with you about the topic, what are primary consumers. So if I ask you question for 1 mark, what are primary consumers, your answer should be, these are those animals which directly feed upon the plants, and in most of the cases these are the herbivores. So most of the herbivores we call them as a primary consumers. तो ऐसे कई बार आपके बेटा बोर्ड एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आया है कि आपको एक फूड चेन मिलेगा और आपको उसमें ऐसे उनका जो लेवल है वो मार्क करना पड़ेगा, विच वन इज एक्टिंग एज प्रोड्यूसर, which one is primary consumer, which one is secondary, and like that. Okay, so that is for marking the level. Now that is when we talk about food chain, then comes another one important topic term that is called trophic level. Trophic level, and it's one of the important term, because based upon the concept of trophic level we get different kind of application based question in our board examination. Now when we talk about the trophic level, when we say that it is the position occupied by an organism in a food chain. The position occupied by an organism in a food chain is referred as the trophic level, because in a food chain we are having different organisms interconnected with each other, and at what level, at what position one organism is there in one food chain, we call it as trophic level. Let's take one example for this clear understanding. Let's take the same one. We are having grass. It is eaten by deer. Then deer in turn, it is eaten by a lion. That is the simplest food chain we are having. Now here that is, now we know that grass, it belongs to the category of producers because it is producing the food, right? So this grass will be at the first trophic level, the first trophic level. And always remember that all the producers in an ecosystem, they will always form first trophic level in every food chain, because they are only capable, they are those organisms which are only capable for capturing the solar energy from the sunlight and transforming it into the chemical energy of the food. Because on earth we have only one ultimate source of energy, that is sunlight, and these are the plants, these are the producers which can convert this energy into chemical energy. तो आपको हमेशा याद रखना है कि आप कितनी भी कॉम्प्लेक्स, कितनी भी लंबी फूड चेन ले लीजिए, इन एवरी फूड चेन प्रोड्यूसर्स, प्लांट्स, they will occupy the first trophic level in food chain, right? Then next is deer, and we know that deer is an example of the primary consumer. So in any food chain, primary consumers, they occupy the second trophic level. They occupy the second trophic level. Primary consumers, again I am repeating, which feed upon producers directly, and these are the herbivores. Okay, then comes lion, that is we call it as the secondary consumers or the carnivores. So it is occupying the third trophic level, right? So trophic level means what position it is having, what position it is having. Is there any problem? You people are, is there any problem in the transmission of video from our side? Suhan is writing it is lagging and all that. Is it same for everyone or it is clear? Is it clear? Okay, most of you are writing only that it is clear. So I just, those who are writing it is blur and not working properly, kindly check connection from your side. because here also in front of me on screen the video is very clear only. Okay, yes, stop writing in comment box. Okay, I got your response children. Yes, so here these are the trophic levels. So अब इसमें एक क्वेश्चन ये भी आता है एग्जाम में, you will be given the examples of animals in a random way. For example, I gave you the names of the animals like grasshopper, grass, snake, hawk. आपको रैंडम जम्बल्ड वे में मैंने एनिमल्स के नेम्स दे दिए कॉमा लगा के. ना क्वेश्चन वुड बी by using the given organisms create a food chain and also label their respective trophic levels. ओके, अब एग्जाम में जब क्वेश्चन आता है कि आपको ट्रॉफिक लेवल्स को लेबल करना है, यू विल लेबल डाउन फर्स्ट ट्रॉफिक लेवल, सेकंड लेवल, बट अलोंग विद दैट यू हैव टू आल्सो मेंशन दैट फर्स्ट ट्रॉफिक लेवल मींस प्रोड्यूसर्स. तो जब आप लिखेंगे फर्स्ट ट्रॉफिक लेवल तो उसके आगे आपको ब्रैकेट में बेटा मेंशन करना है प्रोड्यूसर्स. देन कम सेकंड ट्रॉफिक लेवल, देन इन ब्रैकेट यू विल राइट प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर. थर्ड ट्रॉफिक लेवल, in bracket you will write secondary consumer. In that way your answer will be completed. तो अगर आप ब्रैकेट में इनके जो रेस्पेक्टिव पोजीशन है वो मेंशन नहीं करेंगे तो आपके मार्क्स डिडक्ट होते हैं, राइट? सो यू शुड नो हाउ टू क्रिएट अ फूड चेन. और जब भी आपको फूड चेन क्रिएट करना है बस आपको एक सीक्वेंस माइंड में रखना है दैट प्रोड्यूसर्स विल बी ईटन बाय प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स, प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स विल बी ईटन बाय सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर्स. So plants, herbivores, then small carnivores, then large carnivores, like that. तो जो सीक्वेंस आपको लास्ट क्लास में मैंने समझाया था वो इसीलिए आपको समझाया क्योंकि उसको यूज करके आपको फूड चेन को क्रिएट करना है. ओके, तो दैट इज रिगार्डिंग द ट्रॉफिक लेवल. So it is the position which an organism occupy in a particular food chain. Now another thing regarding these trophic levels. So trophic level in a food chain can also be represented in the form of a schematic diagram. And how we draw it? Trophic levels in a food chain. So what we do, so sometimes we just represent in the form of a pyramid like this. So here always at the first trophic level we have producers, right? Then here we have primary consumers. Then here we have secondary consumers. And then we have tertiary consumers. So this we call it as a food chain pyramid. So sometime again you will get a question, draw a food chain pyramid. तो आपको बस एक फूड चेन का जो कॉमन जनरल सीक्वेंस है वो आपको इस ट्रायंगुलर फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करना है. एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर द फर्स्ट लेवल इज ऑक्यूपाइड बाय द प्रोड्यूसर्स, द नेक्स्ट लेवल इज बाय प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स, देन सेकेंडरी एंड फाइनली टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर्स. Right? Now by using this particular food chain pyramid we can also transform it in the form of a pyramid of number. Yes, इसी को यूज करके कई बार हम ड्रॉ करते हैं pyramid of numbers. And sometimes this is asked in your competitive examination also. For example, you are going to appear in NTSC exam. तो कई बार इस पे क्वेश्चन आता है. सो इन pyramid of number what we do basically, say for example I have taken this pyramid of food chain like this. So here we are having plants, or we call it as the producers, right? Then here we have primary consumer, सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर, टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर, राइट? ये तो जनरल पिरामिड है. अब इस जनरल पिरामिड को यूज करके मुझे एक गिवन फूड चेन के लिए पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर क्रिएट करना है. फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम हैविंग अ फूड चेन एग्जांपल दैट इट इज ग्रास ईटन बाय से ग्रासहॉपर, Grasshopper in turn is eaten by frog, and frog in turn is eaten by snake. So what we do, we just try to make it a 3-dimensional diagram like this. अब हम क्या करते हैं, अपने साइड में एक पैरेलल लाइन ड्रॉ करके हम यहाँ पर हर एक लेवल के नंबर ऑफ स्पीशीज को रिप्रेजेंट कर देते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दिस फर्स्ट वन इज प्लांट. सो प्लांट्स हियर वी आर हैविंग ग्रास. देन प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर इज grasshopper. Then here tertiary consumer is we are having secondary consumer, that is frog. And then third one we are having, that is snake. And in certain questions, that is sometime they will give you the number also. For example, that there were 10 plants of the weed plant. There are 10 plants of weed were growing in a field. Then next came so many number of, say, that is grasshoppers. They feed upon these 10 plants. Then after that they were in turn feeded upon by, say, so many of frog. तो हम इसमें क्या करेंगे, उस पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज का नाम लिख के ब्रैकेट में उनके नंबर्स को भी लिख देते हैं. लेकिन जो हम एक बड़ा पिक्टोरियल पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर ड्रॉ करते हैं तो उसमें जनरली हम ड्राइंग के थ्रू ही शो करते हैं. मीन्स हियर आई हैव रिटन ग्रास, बट हियर आई वुड बी ड्रॉइंग ग्रास प्लांट्स. Then here I would be drawing grasshoppers. Here I would be drawing frogs. So this is referred as the pyramid of numbers. Means in a given food chain, how many individuals of a particular given species are involved at a given trophic level. एक गिवन फूड चेन में पर्टिकुलर ट्रॉफिक लेवल पे कितने इंडिविजुअल इन्वॉल्व है फूड चेन में, उसको हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर से. तो समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट हैपन दैट यू विल बी गिवन 2 फिगर्स इन एग्जाम. वन विल बी अ नॉर्मल पिरामिड ऑफ फूड चेन एंड अनदर विल बी दिस पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर्स. आपको उसमें टिक करके बताना है कि कौन सी फिगर पिरामिड ऑफ नंबर है. दिस इज स्पेशली आई एम डिस्कसिंग फॉर अ कॉम्पिटिटिव पार्ट ऑफ व्यू. क्लियर? सो और अगर एग्जाम में आता है दैट ड्रॉ अ पिरामिड फॉर रिप्रेजेंटिंग द वेरियस ट्रॉफिक लेवल इन अ फूड चेन, तो आपको सिंपल और ट्रायंगल ड्रॉ करना है. ओनली दिस मच पोर्शन, प्रोड्यूसर्स, प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर, सेकेंडरी, लाइक दैट. ओके, so that is how to show in a pictorial form various trophic levels. Okay, now we know this much about that is information regarding food chain. Now every food chain has got some important characteristic. लोअर क्लासेस में तो हमने सिर्फ फूड चेन क्या होती है ये डिस्कस किया था, राइट? But now we will discuss some important characteristics of the food chain. And again, it is an important one. So, characteristics of food chain. Okay, so the first one, that organism in a food chain, they occupy a particular trophic level. So in a food chain, organisms occupy a specific position, and as I discussed earlier with you, this specific position we call it as the trophic level. Another thing, always remember the organisms which occupy same trophic level, they have same food habit and they obtain food from same source. Means if you are having many number of organisms together in front of you and you are asked that segregate these organisms to keep them in respective trophic levels, then how will you do the segregation? By using these two criteria, that only those two organisms can be placed in a given trophic level which are having same food habit and which are obtaining their food from the same source. For example, all herbivores, they can be placed on second trophic level in a food chain. Why? Because herbivores, they all are having same food habit, that they feed upon the plants and plant products. So if in a given collection of organisms you are having a grasshopper, you are having a deer, you are having a goat, you are having a cow, तो इन सारे एनिमल्स को उठाकर आप एक ही ट्रॉफिक लेवल पर प्लेस करेंगे एक फूड चेन में, दैट विल बी द सेकंड ट्रॉफिक लेवल. Why? Because they all are feeding upon plants and they all are obtaining their food from where? They are obtaining their food from the plants. So उनका source of food same होना चाहिए और उनके जो food habits हैं वो भी similar होने चाहिए. That is the first one. ओके और बेटा कई बार इसमें बहुत ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करते हैं, वो आपको बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स दे देंगे, फूड चेन क्रिएट करना होगा आपको और बाद में आपको रीजन भी जस्टिफाई करना है कि आपने गिवन टू ऑर्गेनिजम्स को एक ही ट्रॉफिक लेवल पर क्यों सेलेक्ट किया. तो दैट विल बी योर जस्टिफिकेशन, बिकॉज इन अ ट्रॉफिक लेवल ओनली दोज ऑर्गेनिजम्स कैन ऑक्यूपाई द सेम पोजिशन which are sharing same food habit and which obtain food from a one common source. Okay, another one is that in food chain flow of energy is unidirectional. Flow of energy is unidirectional. Uni stands for one or single. So you take any food chain, you take any long chain. So Karthik, you're writing, it shows you are offline. Are you able to see me? Are you able to hear the voice? Then calmly attend the class. Okay? Okay, now it's clear. Unidirectional means in a food chain, energy flows only in one direction, and that direction is from sun, then it, okay. One question was there. Okay. Okay, so Suhani is asking, in a food chain, what will be the position of omnivorous animals? Okay, Suhani, in higher classes we learned that omnivores, we just take them parallelly to the carnivores only, because you'll find that most of the omnivores, they fall into the category of the that is secondary or tertiary consumers. Okay, तो आपके जो प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स हैं उसमें तो हम सेपरेटली सिर्फ हर्बीवोर्स को लेते हैं क्योंकि वो डायरेक्टली प्लांट पे फीड करते हैं. एंड ओमनिवोर्स, जस्ट रिमेंबर द कॉन्सेप्ट, ओमनिवोर्स दे डोंट ईट एनी प्लांट डायरेक्टली, दे विल ईट द प्लांट प्रोडक्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल डॉग इज एन ओमनिवोर, वो कभी सीधे वीट प्लांट पर फीड नहीं करेगा, लेकिन वीट प्लांट से जो वीट हम ऑब्टेन करते हैं उसको फ्लोर में बनाते हैं, फिर फ्लोर से जो हम चपाती बनाते हैं चपाती खाता है. तो जो ओमनिवोर्स हैं दे फीड अपॉन द प्लांट प्रोडक्ट्स, दे डायरेक्टली डोंट कंज्यूम द प्लांट्स, राइट. तो इसलिए हमेशा जो सेकंड ट्रॉफिक लेवल है वो प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स को मिलेगा, दैट इज एसेंशियली हर्बीवोर्स. आई होप योर डाउट इज क्लियर्ड नाउ.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yes. So here flow of energy is unidirectional. Unidirection means that is energy flows from sun to the producers, then from producers it goes to consumers, and finally it goes to what we say decomposers. That is the flow of energy. So energy is flowing in this direction. So what is the meaning of this statement is that energy will always flow from sun towards the producer, then towards the consumer. It never revert back from consumers to producers or to sun. No. एनर्जी एक फूड चेन में सिर्फ सिंगल डायरेक्शन में मूव होती है, दैट इज फ्रॉम सन टूवर्ड्स प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड देन फ्रॉम प्रोड्यूसर्स टूवर्ड्स द कंज्यूमर्स. इट्स नेवर रिट्रेस इट्स पाथ, एंड व्हाइल मूविंग फ्रॉम ऑल दीज स्टेजेस एंड गोइंग टू द एनवायरमेंट, it do changes its forms from one to another. Okay, that is another important characteristic of a food chain. Now next one is, okay, so I have to rub it all to discuss the next important point. And the next important feature is 10% law. And it is very, very important. So chapter which we are discussing is very easy and very general, but from this topic, you also get numerical in your board paper. That is 10% law. Okay. Now 10% law, it was proposed by Raymond Lindman, and that is in the year 1942. तो ये नाम आपको याद रखना है क्योंकि बहुत फेमस कॉमन लॉ है ये, तो इसके इसने प्रपोज किया वो आपको पता होना चाहिए, बिकॉज इट इज आस्क्ड इन एग्जामिनेशन हु प्रपोज्ड 10% लॉ, दैट इज रेमंड लिंडमैन. ओके, नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस लॉ, at a given trophic level, energy available is 10% of the previous trophic level. According to this law, it states that in a food chain, at a given trophic level, whether you take it as the first trophic level, second or third, you take any of the trophic level in a food chain, whatever energy which is available at that trophic level, that energy is 10% of the energy which is available on the previous trophic level. The previous trophic level, for example, that is, here we are having producers, then here we have primary consumers, then here we have tertiary consumers, and then we have in the series. Okay, now these producers, they are taking their energy from the sun. We know that on earth, sun is the ultimate source of energy. So these producers, they take energy from the sun. Now, for example, we are just assuming that these plants are taking from the sun an equal amount of, say, 1000 joule, right? तो जो सन है वो प्रोड्यूसर्स को 1000 जूल इक्विवेलेंट एनर्जी प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, राइट? बट दैट इज दीज प्रोड्यूसर्स, दे कैन टेक ओनली 10% ऑफ दैट. Or just start here that from sun they have taken only 1000 joule. और सिंप्लीफाइड करके इसको लेके चलते हैं कि जो प्रोड्यूसर्स है उन्होंने सन से जो भी ट्रैप किया उसमें से उन्होंने उसको 1000 जूल एनर्जी उनको अवेलेबल है. यू लर्न इन हायर क्लासेस that whatever solar energy present or fall upon the body of the plants, then plants, they only are capable of absorbing efficiently only the 1% of that energy. Yes, जो बाकी की एनर्जी वो एनवायरमेंट में लॉस्ट हो जाती है, रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाती है. मैनी डिफरेंट प्रोसेस आर इन्वॉल्व इन इन हायर क्लासेस. So plants are capable of trapping only 1% of that solar energy. So we are assuming that now plants, they have taken 1000 joule energy, right? Now these producers in turn will be consumed by the primary consumers. So the energy which would be available at the level of these primary consumers will be the 10% of this 1000 joule. And how we calculate? 10 upon 100 into 1000, right? So here it will be 100 joule. Now primary consumers will be fed upon by secondary consumers, right? Secondary consumers, तो वहां पर कितनी एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होगी? Only 10% of this. So 10% of this, so that will be only 10 joule. Similarly, here for tertiary consumers, it will remain only 1 joule. जब तक एक क्वार्टरनरी कंज्यूमर्स की लिस्ट में पहुंचेगा, then it will finally become 0.1 joule, right? So this I just took one example And such kind of numerical only asked in examination related to this 10% law. So question will be given. For example, we are assuming that a plant has absorbed 2000 joule of energy from the sun. Then calculate the amount of energy available to the third trophic level or fourth trophic level. तो उसको सॉल्व करने का बेस्ट तरीका है कि आप एक ऐसे रेफरेंस की फूड चेन ड्रॉ करेंगे और हर लेवल पर आप 10% लॉ अप्लाई करके एनर्जी को कैलकुलेट करेंगे, राइट? Now question comes that why it is like that only at each trophic level only 10% of the previous level's energy is existing. ऐसा क्यों होता है कि हर ट्रॉफिक लेवल पर उसके प्रीवियस ट्रॉफिक लेवल की जो 10% एनर्जी है वो ही अवेलेबल होती है, राइट? So here certain reasons which we can give here. The first one is that energy cannot be created. First reason comes, as you have learned in chemistry also, that we cannot create or destroy energy. So on earth itself is an example of a huge ecosystem. So for that ecosystem the source of energy is a sun. तो जो अर्थ है वो अपने आप में कोई एनर्जी क्रिएट नहीं कर सकती, वो फाइनली एनर्जी किससे लेती है? सन से लेती है, राइट? एंड फ्रॉम सन ओनली, एज आई टोल्ड यू, वी हैव ओनली द प्लांट्स which can capture this energy directly, and that is also they are able to capture only 1% of those radiations which are falling upon them. अगर उनके ऊपर 1000 रेडिएशंस हैं तो उसमें से सिर्फ 1% को ट्रैप कर पाते हैं by using chlorophyll. Okay, so that is the first reason. Second reason is that 80 to 90% of energy, or I should say potential energy, is lost as heat to the surrounding. Yes, from the body of the organisms this energy is lost in the form of heat radiations to the surrounding. Okay, another reason is that whatever food we take, we are not able to utilize the whole food which we are eating. This is true especially for consumers. So when consumers, they are feeding upon their food, our body cannot utilize 100% of that food. We say that food has stored energy, and you have learnt in lower classes also that whatever food you eat in a day, our body is able to make out only 30 to 40% of that food for getting energy. Remaining part is waste only. तो वो भी एक रीजन है कि हर ट्रॉफिक लेवल पर जो 10% लॉ है वो क्यों एप्लीकेबल है. These are the reasons, right? So we cannot create energy. Energy can only be converted from one form to another, and you learn in higher classes when you learn about the laws of thermodynamics, then it will tell you that whenever there is a transformation of energy from one form to another, then there will always be a huge loss of energy into the environment. जब भी एक फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी दूसरी फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होती है तो एक बड़ा पार्ट उस एनर्जी का एनवायरमेंट में लॉस्ट हो जाता है. दैट इज लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनामिक्स. ओके, so that is these are the reasons behind the existence of 10% law. So sometimes it is asked indirectly, asked question that explain why only 10% of previous levels energy exists in a given food chain at a given trophic level. तो आपको ये 2-3 reasons explain करने हैं, right? And based upon here you have to practice for the numericals also. So that is regarding 10% law. Okay, right? So I just see that time is almost up. So same topic I'll continue, but in next class, come prepared students. I will individually ask you questions. I'll take your name, I will put a question in front of you, and you have to answer it. So be prepared, do revise properly what I discussed with you, because whatever I discussed within today's class, it is very very important. If I tell you clearly, उस पूरे चैप्टर का जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है वो आज हमने डिस्कस किया है. तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में प्रिपेयर रहेंगे, मैं एक एक से क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी. ओके, सो नाउ जस्ट आई वुड लाइक टू साइन ऑफ फ्रॉम हियर. टाइम इज ऑलमोस्ट अप. ओके,
Thank you, ma'am.
ओके,
Thank you, ma'am.